started when our central office in Mindanao, NBI, in response to an audit done by the PSA. Nag-issue ng algorithmic audit ang PSA dun sa mga late birth blast na questionable yung pagkarehistro. And ito, may mga lumabas na birth certificate. They are not fake birth certificate. Totoo yung papel, the entries, except that yung mga tao, yun yung peke na Pilipino. So, peke Pilipino. So, kumbaga, nagkaroon sila ng entry na naging Pilipino sila, violating yung ating principle of jus soli, dapat may birth para Pilipino ka, yung by blood mo.
By blood, o
by
either
blood,
yung nanay mo or yung tatay mo.
Na-violate yung rule na yon and compromise yung 50,000 plus na atin na late registration. Pero doon sa algorithmic na audit na yan, lumabas from 2010 to 2023, 14 million mahigit yung nag-avail ng registration. This is based on the Republic Act 33 Act. No, not Republic Act 3353.
Yes, lumang
It's a
batas na
1930 law. So, pwede yun mag-late registration ka kahit matanda ka na, ngayon ka lang nagrehistro. So, we can avail of that. It can be done doon sa mga local civil registries natin. There are about 1,600 plus na local civil registry. So, doon pumapasok.
Okay.
So, ito nga sa Mindanao, sa North Cotabato in particular, the town of Piquet and Alusan, nandoon na-trace nila na merong mga pumasok na rehistro and most of them are Chinese nationals. So naglabas ng memorandum circular that's 2024. So yung kinandak yung audit, yun yung lumabas. Entry kasi ang gagawin mo dyan pagka late registration, manual entry ka, punta ka ng local civil registry mo. Then those entries na yan na ginawang manual, papasok yan dun sa digital na natin, which is managed by concessionaire, yung
Unisys?
Unisys, yeah. So dun papasok yan. Ang nangyari rito, there is only also an instance na mayroong mga status like from male, ginawang female, na-enter nila digitally na rin.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was going to raise kasi meron nga kayong report na incident na na-trace nyo sa Civil Registry Office ng Davao,
Sa Davao,
kung saan
yes.
yung tao na data system natin
Yes,
ng PSA.
yes.
So paano natin malalaman ngayon kung yung mga, if that's reliable?
Mayroon pang isa na instance na ang nangyari, may entry ng marriage sa yung pangalan doon sa Mindanao, may identical din siya, same name na sa Pampanga naman. So, maraming instances yan.
double registration naman.
Double entry. So, we uncovered that and actually, pinakasuhan na natin sa ombudsman yung mga persons involved dito. There are several cases filed to them. At least 4 na batas yung na-violate nila rito. No? So, ang request sana namin dito, give NBN access doon sa buong 50,000.
So have you coordinated with the PSA about this?
We are making a report and probably will report it to the Security Council. No? Kasi ang isa sa recommendation namin dyan, dapat interagency ito eh. The other day, nakipag-usap ako sa intelligence group ng military natin to do this, to check this. Kasi ang daming implication nito, Attorney Karen, if you will look at it. Siguro it might appear to be a simple case na, hindi, rehistro lang naman yan eh. But that is the very essence na yung nationality natin, pagiging Pilipino natin, will be compromised. And can also be a ticket to, halimbawa, yung obligation natin with our country, let's say sa Amerika, halimbawa sa US, let's say a national, hindi lang Chinese halimbawa, sa kanila itong name na to. Pumunta ngayon dito sa isang maliit na bayan sa Mindanao at nagrehistro siya ng ibang pangalan at Pilipino na siya. And he has the resources. Meron siya, tapos gawan na rin ng mga iba pang mga dokumento and he applied for a visa sa United States. He can enter as Filipino.
Oo, makakalusot. Kasi hindi na siya red.
Hindi niya, na parang mag-establish na may negosyo rito and all, na mayroon din siguro makapagpasok ng tax. Not only that, kung siya Pilipino na, then he is qualified also to yung ownership
Of land in the Philippines.
And
Oo,
also to
marami
do
talagang-
business, which is restricted by our Constitution.
Yeah, oo. So for the businesses, that should be national.
Nangyari, they can enter into government services, critical government services, pwedeng, malay mo, pumasok na sa NBI
Yeah.
or sa intelligence group natin. Or sa politika, naging mayor like Alice Guo, hindi ba?
Yeah.
Tapos, you can also manipulate. If you can upload, let's say, sa isang lugar na magpasok ka ng 50,000, that can only change the voting pattern.
Yeah,
Pwede
the
naman
voting
panalo
patterns.
ng
Oo nga
kandidato.
naman, tama.
So,
Oo.
napakaraming epekto nito. Hindi ito simple na nag-acquire lang ng citizenship. And I hope yung mga officials natin na nasa forefront niyan, na sila yung nagpa-process, dapat sana maging sensitive dito because we are compromising our national security in our country.
Oo.
Pati lahat na
And
walang epekto.
Local civil registries na merong sindikato, ano ba yung nakukuha ng mga officials? Kasi sabi mo nga sana yung mga nasa frontline na officials natin, this would be the
Ito
local.
kasi yung implication hindi commensurate dun sa nakuha ng mga taong kinasuhan natin. There will be facing at least 4 violations. A violation of Act 3353, yung old law, yung local civil registration. Violation ng Code of Professional Conduct of a Government Official, 6713. Revised Penal Code, and of course, 3019, Republic Act 3019.
Anti-graft and Corrupt Practices
Anong
Act.
iniimbestigahan namin, ang nangyari pala dito, binibigyan lang sila ng pakain, itong mga kinasuhan, bibigyan lang ng pakain, tapos ranging from 300 to 3,000 pesos lang yung bayad sa
Ako,
kanila.
napakaliit. So, ang
Binibigay.
kumikita yung sindikato.
Doon sa mga dating naririnig natin, nung may pogo pa rito, nung malaki pa yung pogo, no, na nasa 5 million for a Chinese citizen to acquire Filipino citizenship, 5 million yung binabayad. So there's an investigation done in the Senate by Senator Rizon Tiveros, if you will recall, may mga lumutang na presyong ginagastos dyan. Ito ngayon, ganun lang, biniktima nila. Ang takeaway dito, Attorney Karen, is, bakit sa Mindanao, biniktima nila yung maliliit na munisipyo na sa maliit na halagang pera, papayag na sila kasi hindi naman nila nakita siguro itong malaking implication na to.
At kawawa sila. Sila ngayon yung
Sila yung
humaharap sa
mananagot.
mga...
You raise this issue kasi I think this is something that the public should know, and more importantly, the officials of PSA and those who are involved sa yung mga local civil registry natin kasi ang laki pong kompromiso na mangyayari nito kung hindi natin po ito pipigilan. So, meron po sana kami mga recommendations dyan, Attorney Karen, para at least mapigilan, mahinto na natin at ma-reverse natin yung nangyari na ginawa nila po na yun.
And ano po ba yung karamihang nationals?
Po sa initial nga namin na report, andyan po yung na-identify namin na area in North Cotabato. Actually, if not all, talagang majority po Chinese po yung nationalities. I have no personal or offense directed to the Chinese, but unfortunately, yun po yung lumabas. That is very factual po. And not only in Davao del Sur, there is a small municipality there, Santa Cruz, na sa ngayon po, ang findings na namin nasa almost 3,000 na fake na Pilipino, na totoong birth certificates, pero lahat po yan nag-avail ng late registration po under the Act of Local Civil Registration po.
Kung ganon, ang ginagamit dito,
Sa NDA kasi, Attorney Karen, meron kaming legislative liaison unit dyan. So, and yung legal department namin, we're preparing a proposed bill for the amendment kung paano natin ayusin yun. One of the highlight nung sa gusto namin i-propose is to centralize the late birth registration and to give more requirements para mas mahigpit tayo at mas mapoprocess natin. So, hindi pa naman kami House of Representatives. Sabi ko, baka gusto mong ikaw isa sa mga sponsor, mag-author nitong bill na to.
Yeah.
Because it will really benefit the entire country and will address the issue of national security. I'm more concerned talaga, Attorney Karen, dun sa national security angle. And it's like, we know our relationship to China, hindi naman natin maikakailayan. And can you just imagine if we have that 50,000 kung lahat yan is...
and that might be just the tip of government natin that actually occupy positions
Yes.
in government, including DFA and then within the AFP, na spy pala for China. So, kung yun, Filipinos may
Attorney
service,
Karen,
no?
kasi kung halimbawa kahapon Chinese citizenship or any other citizenship, let's say isa sa mga group yung sa Middle East na mga terrorists, di ba? Yesterday, iba yung nationality nila, but tomorrow, Pilipino na sila. Then they can avail of all the benefits of being a Filipino na nakakatakot talaga. So, what we are going to request, and in fact, we have already pillars sent to them na gusto namin gawin yon. But more so is we want to come out with an interagency task force. Hindi po namin kaya na kami lang po sa NBI, we have our mandate to do that, but we will seek help of other agencies, the Bureau of Immigration probably, then PSA, siyempre unang-una na, then the NICA, National Intelligence natin, and all the agencies na pwede. So, we'll be coming up with the report. I will submit it to our executive secretary so that it can be discussed on a higher level to address this issue. But what I did first is to talk dun sa mga ibang agencies so that magkaroon kami ng united position on this matter.
And they're receptive.
malakas. We all are in the same page na yun yung direction po na nakikita natin po dito.
Nakausap mo na ba si President Bongbong Marcos about
Pero may directive naman po siya sa akin when I assume ito kasama sa directive niya na ginagawa po natin. That's why we'll be coming out with a formal report course to natin kay IAS papunta po kay Presidente po. And I'm sure the President will immediately act on it dahil whatever we're doing here is under his guidance and directive even from the start po that I assume office.
so the
May
coming from the
batas
top
po.
talaga.
Opo, yun po yung sana.
Fingerprint examinations by the NBI of mining executive Joseph C. showed that his fingerprints match those of Chinese national Chen Zhongzhen. Last February, the
Information na Attorney Karen if she is still detained. There are things kasi na pag kasi binigyan kami ng order, babalidate pa rin namin yan sa court. But pag wala na kaming choice, we have to release. There is one instance nga, there is a Korean national, he was granted tag dito, the status of a refugee and a stateless person. So it happened ng mag-Holy Week, that just was last week. So the order was sent through an email ng hapon Pero I understand, Holy Wednesday, it's half day. So sabi ko, nung tinanong ako, wag natin munang i-release ang Embassy of the Water para ma-check natin. So if there's an objection, tapos sabi ko per hour on Monday, we have to release kung walang objection or anything. Kasi alam mo naman, arbitrary detention naman ang maharapin ng mga tao
pagka
natin.
hindi nyo rinelease,
Yeah, so
no?
there's the entire process and I'm sure you understand that as a lawyer as well. So ganun yung ginagawa namin. But we do everything, all the safeguards, all the coordinations before we release, no? So we go back to that issue. Naalala mo pala, baka nakalimutan natin yung sa Batangas ngayon, yung Herrera, di ba?
Yes, na Chinese national din pala. Oo. At pagka ganito, so for example, let's just go back to that.
But the following day, I got a visit from the Consul General na sabi they want to appeal it. So I told them, we inform immediately your embassy para ma-address din nyo yan. So sabi nila, pwede po pagka na-approve yung aming hanapin nyo ulit.
Yung pala, bakit fugitive from justice ba in Korea?
Yun yung claim nila that they has a pending case of I think financial case na sa Korea. There are a lot of Korean nationals na nandito sa atin na we are collaborating with the Korean embassy to address that issue.
You mentioned kanina na
Alam kong ba't Chinese kasi napag-aralan namin I remember there's Pogo, no? Ang laki ng Pogo. And sino ba yung identified natin talaga na nationals na operator ng Pogo? Chinese, di ba? Then yung mga related na mga cases pa dyan, yung human trafficking, Chinese din yung nakikita natin. Then drugs, pasok din from Chinese, no? Again, no offense directed to the Chinese, but yun yung facts yun yung lumalabas talaga, no? So, napakalaki ng percentage. Dito lang sa naka-uncover na, if not all, mga 90% nga yan Tapos there are few Koreans, may Indians, meron ding na galing ng Middle East, ganyan. Pero konti lang talaga. So, dun yung very alarming. And even the cases that's coming out na ang issue is yung nationality is always Chinese talaga palagi. You have the Herrera, we have Alice Guo, the one that you mentioned, yun na nasa Court of Appeal. So, yun yung ating mga binabantayan talaga dyan. And I think it's about time that now I understand and I have to say it na tama yung naging direction ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos when he stopped Pogo.
Completely banned.
Completely na stop niya. Kasi I think siguro whether consciously or nakita ni Presidente itong issue na to Kasi related din to, Attorney Karen, yung sa Bataan, yung lumabas dun sa testimony kahapon ni Ramil Madriaga na land grabbing sa Maribeles, Bataan, that's when we're investigating it. And
So are you
ang-
also investigating, Attorney?
I mentioned, there's already a complaint ng 17 farmers, ang involved Chinese din. And ang hinahanap namin na tao is the incorporator of First Bataan is Pilipino na yung pangalan, Danny Caro, which there's very suspicion na ito, Chinese din, na nakakuha rin ng birth certificate. If you will look at it, parang connected yata lahat. That's why I go back to saying na the decision of President Bongbong Marcos to stop Pogo is one of the best decision na ginawa niya, protecting the national interest of our country.
Eh si Cassandra Leong, naalala ko tuloy kasi because of the Pogo operations and
Good that you mentioned that because I recall may binanggit siya na Pogo operator doon yung Lucky 999 ba yun?
sa Pampanga.
Pampanga, ang incorporator din, one of the incorporators is Danny Caro, who is the primary incorporator of First Bataan na yung allegation ng farmers na nag-land grab doon sa Maribeles.
So link din
Lucky
pala
Beach.
sila.
Andun doon yung link.
Oo, kasi alam
Andun
ko yung
yung
sa
link.
Pampanga, may link word,
Yeah,
no?
and remember, may pinabanggit ako sa iyo, birth certificate, bumangga doon sa Pampanga at sa Mindanao. So, nakita namin yung link and the pattern
Yeah.
that we really have to call for investigation on this matter.
And the former governor,
Wala pa naman, wala pang reklamo. Ang tinitingnan namin talaga dito, yung nangyari dyan sa North Cotabato and Davao del Sur. Mindanao area talaga yan. Then, yun na nga, pasok na nga yung link na puro Pilipino na yung pangalan dun sa mga incorporators nitong malalaking kumpanya who is engaged in Pogo. And tapos yun, land grabbing nga. May mga klowa to noon, itong niland grab na to. Tapos ang kwento nito nga, Attorney Karen, kaya base dun sa mga farmers na nagreklamo, nagrarally sila ron, hinarap sila ng mga blue guards. Ito naman, is yet to be validated. May mga Chinese militia na nagtitraining doon. At saka yung mga chismis doon na narinig nyo, may nakitang submarine sa Maribeles. This is the area. This is Lucky Beach, itong area na to. So, yung Pogo, yung parang pinaka-cover dito.
okay. And lastly, since we're out of
Kaya atong I dedicated a team, pero I don't want to mention what they're doing at kung saan because I don't want to preempt. I think eventually he will come out. May mga nagpaparating kasi sa amin ng information. Ang tinatanong lagi yung reward. Kung talaga daw 20 million daw yung reward.
So, interesado sa reward,
No,
oo.
actually, totoo yun. May mga nagsasabi, baka pag naging 50 million, mahanap nila. So, it looks like a joke, pero baka, ibig sabihin hindi enough data yung reward na yun. No? So we have informations naman na sinasabi nga nandito pa sa Pilipinas. But of course, we are not removing the possibility of he going out of the country already. Alam mo naman yung Pilipinas, ang daming point of entries and exits. Kahit magbangka ka lang, makakalabas
Lalo na
ka
kung
na
marami
ng
kang
bansa natin.
resources.
Just like what happened to, again, Alice Guo. Di ba? It's a popular example, Attorney
Yeah.
Karen.
Okay, thank you so much, Director Melvin. Marami talagang mapapag-usapan pag ikaw ang guest namin. Salamat po sa time ninyo.
Thank you, Attorney Karen, and I'm always happy to be here. And salamat dahil itong issue to, this is really something that people should know.